Hey guys, good morning. Today we're starting on a new repair. This is my friend Scott's BMW E46 323i, and let me show you what's happening. I'll show you. Alright, so I'm gonna put it in 5th gear. This is a 5-gear gearbox, and I'm gonna put the handbrake on, release the clutch. There we go. So if the clutch was good, the car would stall, you know. So 5th gear again, I can actually release the foot pedal completely. Look at that. And yeah, if the clutch was good, that wouldn't happen. 1st gear again. Barely pull it away. There we go. 1st gear. Put your foot down. It revs, but it doesn't really go. 2nd gear, the same. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna replace the clutch. So there she is. E46 3 Series 323i. This is my friend Scott's car. Probably had this car for about 10 years now, and don't tell anyone, but he never done a service. And this car got like probably a 10-year-old oil in it. I jacked the car up. Now we're gonna remove this tray on the tray here to expose the gearbox. The gearbox just there. Then we're going to remove the exhaust, and then you have some heat shields at the top that will reveal the drive shaft. So that's what we're going to do next. Is just a bunch of Phillips screws. This one is already off there. So yeah, we'll remove this on the tray and get going. Right, so 315 nuts. They don't look too rusty, to be honest. I was expecting it should be a lot worse. There we go. Right, so is it dual exhaust, and I forgot to take the other exhaust apart. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove this kind of brace here. I think there's about 1, 2, 3, 4 16mm bolts. WD-40 everywhere. Alright, so we run into our first casualty here. One of the bolts snapped off. That one, the 3rd one, is nothing left. Let's see if I can get it focused there. As you can see, nothing left on that bolt. This one is okay. You see the difference there? That one is coming out nicely. Yeah, biggest problem is that one there. Nothing left there. It's just rusted out completely. And this is the sort of thing that you can run into doing an exhaust job. Yeah, in an old car. Hey ho, wish me luck. So at the back here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. There's another bracket, two 13mm bolts. there's one on the other side as well. I don't think it can. No, there's. I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you there. So then another bracket the same, the other side, and the vacuum hose. Don't forget about the vacuum hose for the flap in the exhaust. There we go, the vacuum hose for the exhaust flap. Just gotta remove this support brace here. They are 13 millimeter bolts. That's quite nice and free as well. This one isn't. Oh dear. It seems like someone put that one a bit crooked. That doesn't want to move. That's not good. I'll leave that there. Ooh, it's a bit windy. I think it's gonna rain. Feels like it's gonna rain. Oh, that broke. There we go. Rusty. Gonna have to get some new bolts for that. This one, the same story. It's gonna break as well, I think. There's nothing that I can do about it. There we go. Alright guys, so we got the O2 sensor. Two O2 sensors here. I decided not to take off the O2 sensors, I just disconnected them. It's probably the easier way to do it. So that's the second one here. Right, so that's it. Right, the exhaust is out. It weighs a ton, absolutely ton. Couple casualties. Those two bolts here snapped off, so we're probably gonna have to get some hangers, some new hangers. And in the end, I managed to remove the last exhaust bolt. I used a Dremel. One of them, I managed to do it. It's more enough to get into the tight space, but I'm gonna have to sort something out here as well. Probably gonna have to drill some holes and do something like that. Okay, so now we're gonna remove the heat shield to reveal the drive shaft. There's a bunch of 10mm bolts all around it. Right, so to remove the drive shafts, you have 3 18mm bolts, and you've got nuts, 18mm nuts behind it. Now we're gonna turn the drive shaft around just to get access to the other one. Right. Don't worry about the rain. 5 minutes, a quick shower, and I'm sure the sun is gonna come out as always. Right, that's the last bolt now. Right, 2 13mm nuts. In a good condition, that should be no problem to remove it. Right, I'm not gonna undo it all the way. I'm gonna do the other one as well. Here it comes. Am I able to do it by hand? Yep. So I'm gonna hold the drive shaft remove it by hand. What I'm going to try to do is try to just move it out of the way. There we go. Right. So that's the drive shaft out the way. Alright guys, so next we're gonna remove the gear stick linkage. So we're able to drop the gearbox. So you have one so like a U-shaped clip here. So let me see if I can just pry that off. See if I can do it by hand. Oh, I might be able to do it by hand. Alright, there we go. Let's go, mate. Oh, so there we go. And that first rod should come off, pop out. So there we go. And the second one, I already popped it out. You have this sort of clip on the top here. Hope you guys are able to see it there. Alright. So I already popped it out. It was really difficult to pop that out. Anyway. And then should pull a pin as well. There we go. Let me put my hand the other side. There we go. Right, and then that should pop out as well. So the gear stick linkage is disconnected. So right, next is leaf cylinder, guys. 113mm nut here and one at the top here. And that this leaf cylinder comes off. I'm gonna put the nuts back in. Put the nuts back in so we don't lose anything. Got the one flew down there. Sorry about the shakiness. So next we're gonna have to remove that sensor there and this harness as well. Get out of the way. So what you do, you just, there's a spring on it, you just press and pull. There we go. Just press and pull. And then we're gonna remove all this harness here. Right, I think we probably are ready to support the gearbox. Remove this, the gearbox mount. I think there are 13mm bolts here. Okay guys, so the gearbox is supported. You're gonna have around the bell housing, you're gonna have some E14 bolts, a couple E12s at the top for the starter motor, and some E10 around the sides here, the bottom one. What we're gonna do, I'm just gonna remove it all. When the gearbox out, I'll show you where they go. Right, I run into a bit of a problem here. Starter motor seems to be stuck. You know, it doesn't want to move. Pull the gearbox, and the gearbox is out. I don't know if I should have pulled the starter motor before. Scott was having some problem with starting the car, so I'm just wondering if there is an issue with starter motor, it's something broken. So yeah, I removed all the bolts, checked all the bolts, there's no bolts left. The starter motor is just stuck in the flywheel. I think there's something broken, I'm not sure. Right, I'm gonna show you this part with the gearbox out because it's a lot easier. It's basically you have 3 E10 bolts to remove, and then the 2 E12 for the starter motor. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 E14, and those 2 here, one in this corner. Let me show you here. The one in this corner, as you can see, is slightly longer than those top ones. So this one here is slightly longer. So there's 2 longer ones and 2 shorter ones on the top, and the other longer one here as well. And then you have a 10mm, just a normal 10mm socket that holds this dust shield here. So that's what you need to do. This plate needs to stay behind in order to remove the transmission. And also remove the 2 bolts for the starter motor, and then remove the starter motor out of the dowel here, otherwise it makes the job really difficult. For me to remove this transmission, I had a really hard job to detach the starter motor after I kind of pulled the transmission away. So do those 2 bolts, remove the starter motor, which is going to be just held by this pin. Normally they get rusty, it gets really stuck here. Remove that, and then the transmission should come out. So okay, so Scott decided to buy a new starter motor. The other one was giving him a little bit of problem, and as we've got the gearbox out and everything's a lot easier to do now than fail in a few months and pay someone for the labor again. And as you can see here, that's the trouble that I had with the dowel. It just doesn't want to go in. It's kind of really tight. So what I'm gonna do, I decided to drill this hole a little bit bigger, and an 8mm seems to be the perfect size. Basically just clean the hole a little bit. It's a tiny bit that just taken off, and that fits lovely. That fits perfectly. That should align with the gearbox bolts. Let's have a look. It's the E12. See if that aligns there. Lovely. And it does lovely. Yeah, so 8mm drill bit just to clean up this hole for this alignment pin for this dowel, and it's absolutely perfect. Okay guys, so finally the gearbox out. Now you have 6 millimeter Allen bolts. So go ahead and remove that. Okay, sorry about that, but I forgot to press record removing the clutch and the clutch plate. But it's just 6 Allen bolts, 6mm Allen bolts all around it, and then it pops out. This is a dual mass flywheel. It has excessive play, as you can see there, and it moves quite easy as well, so it's a bit knackered. we're gonna be converting into a solid mass flywheel. Here what I did to stop the flywheel from rotating, to undo the bolts, because the bolts are torqued really tight. I got clothes hanger and I did the loop on the clothes hanger. I used the old bolts, 6mm Allen bolts for the clutch plate, and put one in there, another loop, and I put the other one here, which is perfect for the 10mm E10 for the gearbox, E10 bolt for the gearbox, and that held fine. You know, the clothes hanger did the job perfectly. I broke them loose already, and now I'm gonna remove it completely. Here we have our pressure plate, and it's pretty knackered, lots of ridges all around. It's pretty, you can see all the burns there. And here we have the clutch disc, as you can see, is down to the rivets there. It's pretty much all around down to the rivet. The other side, not quite to the rivets, but nearly there. Then you have our flywheel, and again lots of ridges here, and you can see all the burn. And the flywheel's plain as well, dual mass flywheels. It's a bit knackered.